The Future of AI. Chapter 1. The New Era of Information. How data became the most valuable currency. Information has always been a source of power. In the past, rulers and generals sought to control news, espionage, and intelligence because knowledge provided an advantage in war, economics, and politics. Today, information is not just a tool of governance but a full-fledged currency, more valuable than oil, gold, or even money. Every click, like, route, conversation, and purchase creates a digital footprint that corporations collect. These data are used to predict human behavior, create personalized advertising, and even influence political processes. Companies that own data effectively control the world because they can anticipate and shape the desires of millions. In the past, the world's largest corporations were oil giants. Today, the top 5 most valuable companies are tech giants that deal in data. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Facebook. Their success is not based on selling goods but on collecting, analyzing, and monetizing user information. Why corporations and governments fight for control over information. Information is the weapon of the 21st century. Whoever owns the data owns the world. Governments and corporations understand this and engage in a hidden war to monopolize information flows. Corporations, tech companies seek to acquire as much data as possible to maximize profits. They create closed ecosystems. Apple blocks alternative app stores, forcing users to stay within its system. Google promotes its own services, Google Search, YouTube, Chrome, collecting the maximum amount of information. Amazon uses customer data to manipulate prices and product promotions. Governments understand that data grants power. They use it for social control. China has a social credit system where every citizen is rated based on the digital behavior. Manipulating public opinion. Countries like Russia and the US use social media for information warfare. Espionage and cyber warfare. Intelligence agencies track digital activity to combat crime but also use this data for political and military purposes. This creates a conflict. Corporations want to control data for profit, while governments want to control it for power. Meanwhile, users remain under surveillance but do not own their own information. The problems of modern monopolies and their market impact. The monopolization of information leads to several key problems. 1. Lack of competition. Google controls 92% of the search engine market, deciding what information people see. Amazon dominates online retail, forcing sellers to comply with its rules. Apple artificially restricts users within its ecosystem, blocking alternative services. 2. Consumer manipulation. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube use algorithms to select content based on emotions, keeping users engaged for as long as possible. Advertising networks analyze users' psychological weaknesses and create ads that are impossible to ignore. 3. Censorship and information control. Social networks can ban unwanted opinions and promote narratives that benefit them. AI-driven platforms decide what people see in their feeds, shaping their worldview. 4. Privacy threats. Most people do not know what data is being collected about them. Even if users delete their accounts, companies still store the data. Conclusion. Today's world is a battle for information. Corporations want to profit from data, governments want to control it, and ordinary people remain under surveillance. If nothing changes, monopolies will only grow stronger, and privacy will disappear. But there is an alternative, to create a decentralized artificial intelligence that belongs not to corporations or governments but to society as a whole. In the next chapter, we will explore how to achieve this. Chapter 2. Artificial intelligence as a tool, not a master. Analogy with a lug wrench. AI is a means to solve problems, not a goal. Artificial intelligence is just a tool meant to assist people, not to rule over them. Imagine you need to change a car tire. Without a lug wrench, it would be nearly impossible, but the wrench itself does nothing. It merely helps you complete the task faster and more efficiently. Similarly, AI is not an independent entity. It simply analyzes data and suggests optimal solutions. Should not replace humans but assist them. We must not hand over complete control to AI, or we risk losing power over our own society. In the right hands, it creates a better future. In the wrong hands, it becomes a threat. Today, many people view artificial intelligence as something mystical, an entity that might awaken and act on its own. But this is a misconception. Machines do not think, have emotions, or possess goals. They only do what they are programmed to do. That's why it is crucial to consider who is developing and controlling AI. Why superintelligence should not belong to a single government or corporation. In today's world, the key players in AI development are major corporations and governments. If superintelligent AI falls into the hands of a single entity, it will lead to a dangerous monopoly where a small group of people gains control over all of humanity. If AI is controlled by a government, political elites could use it to suppress the population. A digital totalitarian system could emerge, for example, China's social credit system. The government could monitor every citizen's actions, thoughts, and behavior. If AI is owned by a corporation, the company could monopolize the technology, generating trillions in profit. It would decide who gets access to AI and who is left behind. Algorithms could manipulate people through targeted advertising and psychological influence. Example, Google and OpenAI. OpenAI was initially founded as a non-profit organization to develop safe AI. However, it later shifted into private ownership. Today, ChatGPT is controlled by a corporation, meaning its development is not governed by society but by a limited group of decision makers. This already demonstrates how quickly technological breakthroughs can become private assets. To avoid such risks, superintelligent AI must be decentralized. It should not belong to a single corporation or government but to all of humanity. The principle should be similar to Bitcoin. No one owns the system entirely. Anyone can contribute to its development. There is no central authority that can shut it down or manipulate it. If we create a collective AI operating on a decentralized network, it will become a shared resource for humanity rather than a weapon in the hands of a privileged few. The dangers of AI centralization and historical examples of monopolies. History has shown that monopolies lead to disasters. If AI becomes centralized under one authority, it will not be the first time technology is used for power rather than progress. 1. The monopolization of the Internet, Google, Facebook, Amazon. In the early days, the Internet was decentralized, with thousands of independent companies building websites. Over time, Google, Facebook, and Amazon became dominant, pushing out competitors and turning the Internet into a monopoly. Today, Google controls what people see in search results, Facebook controls the flow of information, and Amazon crushes small businesses. 2. Energy monopolies, Standard Oil, General Electric. In the early 20th century, oil and electricity became crucial resources. Companies like Standard Oil and General Electric monopolized the market, dictating prices and eliminating competition. Eventually, governments had to break up these monopolies to restore balance. 3. Military technology, nuclear weapons. When the US first developed nuclear weapons, it gained absolute power over global conflicts. Other nations soon followed, leading to a nuclear arms race that still threatens humanity today. Now imagine if the same kind of absolute power were held by one company or government controlling AI. This could lead to digital dictatorship, where a single state monitors and controls everyone through technology. Economic enslavement, where all financial systems rely on one AI-controlled entity. The loss of free will, where algorithms dictate what people do, think, and believe. Conclusion. Artificial intelligence is a tool that should belong to everyone, not just the elite. History has proven that monopolizing technology always leads to crises, wars, and social inequality. To prevent these mistakes, we must create a decentralized AI network, similar to blockchain. Ensure transparency and accessibility for everyone. Eliminate the possibility of corporate or governmental control over AI. In the next chapter, we will explore how to build such a system and why decentralized AI is the key to protecting humanity from digital enslavement. Chapter 3. Decentralized AI, a new model for governing the world. Blockchain and Bitcoin principles, how distributed systems are changing the economy. Historically, all key technologies have been built on centralized principles. Money is controlled by central banks. Energy is monopolized by large corporations. Information belongs to IT giants. However, in 2009, Bitcoin emerged as the first decentralized system, proving that it is possible to create a technology that belongs to no one. How does blockchain work? Information is stored not on a single server but across thousands of computers worldwide. No one can alter the data alone. Any changes require collective consensus. There is no central owner. The network is managed by all participants. Bitcoin demonstrated that decentralization can break monopolies. Unlike banks, where transactions are subject to regulators, Bitcoin allows people to transfer value without intermediaries. The same principle can be applied to artificial intelligence. Instead of AI being controlled by Google or governments, it can be built on a decentralized architecture, ensuring that no single entity has absolute power over it. How to create an AI that belongs to everyone, not just a select few. To create a truly free AI, we need to rethink its governance structure. The problem with modern AI systems operate on centralized servers, Google, OpenAI, Microsoft. Their training and development are controlled by corporations that decide what AI should know. Users have no access to the core algorithms. They can only use the final product. The solution: building AI like Bitcoin. 1. Distributed computing. Instead of relying on Google's servers, the system would use the computing power of millions of devices. Anyone could connect their computer or smartphone to contribute to AI's development. 2. Transparent data. All information about AI's operations would be stored on the blockchain, accessible to everyone. No company would be able to manipulate or modify algorithms in secret. 3. Collective governance. Users would vote on AI's development, deciding which features it should have. The DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, model would ensure that AI is governed by smart contracts, not executives. This approach would make AI a shared asset for all of humanity, a tool that benefits everyone, not just the elite. Example: BitTorrent stores files across thousands of devices, making them impossible to delete. Tor has no central server, preventing governments from shutting it down. If we build a similar system for AI, it would remain independent from corporations and governments. Why AI should be governed by the people, not corporations. Today's technologies are controlled by corporations, but this is an outdated model. In the future, AI governance must shift toward collective intelligence, because 1. AI monopolies are dangerous. If a single company controls AI, it controls the world. Governments could use AI for mass surveillance and suppress citizens. 2. Collective governance ensures fairness. If AI is governed by millions of people, no single group can impose its will. Decentralization creates balance and reduces the risk of abuse. 3. Development will be faster. An open system allows anyone to contribute to AI's progress. Millions of developers worldwide could improve AI, not just Google engineers. Historical example: the Internet versus telecom companies. In the 1990s, the Internet was decentralized. It belonged to its users. Over time, service providers began monopolizing it, imposing censorship and restrictions. Now, we have a chance to avoid this mistake and build AI that is decentralized from the start. Conclusion. The AI of the future should not be a private product but a global, decentralized system governed by everyone. To achieve this, we must Checkmark use blockchain for transparency and data protection. Checkmark develop a distributed network running on millions of devices. Checkmark create a collective governance model to prevent monopolization. In the next chapter, we'll explore how this new AI model will change the economy. What happens when AI starts working for everyone, not just corporations. Chapter 4. Free technology and the new economy. Free smartphones as a tool for data collection in a shared AI system. Imagine a world where everyone receives a free smartphone with cutting-edge technology. At first glance, this seems like a utopia, but in reality, it's a new economic model where data becomes the main asset. Why should smartphones be free? 1. The real value lies in information. A smartphone is not just a device, it's a source of data on people's behavior, interests, movements, and interactions. Google, Apple, and Facebook earn billions by collecting and monetizing user data. If we create a decentralized AI, we must collect information for its training, but without corporate monopolies. 2. People receive instead of paying. Instead of buying devices, people receive them for free in exchange for contributing data. These data go to a decentralized AI owned by society, not private companies. Users can control what data they share and even get rewarded for their participation. 3. Reducing economic inequality. Many people in developing countries can't afford modern technology. Free devices provide access to education, healthcare, and jobs, accelerating progress. Example, Google has already partially implemented this model. Android is distributed for free, but Google collects data through its services. We propose an alternative model, where AI is owned by the people, not corporations. How recycling and device exchange reduce waste and create a sustainable ecosystem. Today, people replace their smartphones every 2 years on average, with most old devices either discarded or sold on the second-hand market. This creates several problems. Electronic waste, millions of tons of garbage every year. Black market for devices, lost control over data security. Inefficient resource use. Corporations accelerate planned obsolescence to force new purchases. Solution. A closed-loop device renewal system. 1. Everyone receives a new smartphone for free every 2 years. Old devices are returned to the system and recycled. Reduces environmental impact and saves resources. 2. No secondary market. All devices stay in the system. People exchange their phones instead of selling them. This allows full control over supply chains and data security. 3. Recycling lowers costs. Most components can be reused, cutting down production costs. Manufacturing becomes cheaper because the cycle is self-sustaining. This model is not just economically efficient but also creates an ecologically sustainable system, where technology serves people, not corporate profits. Free cars and automation. The next step. If free smartphones are possible, why not go further? Cars as part of an AI system. Imagine a world where cars are given away for free, but each one is connected to a shared AI that optimizes traffic, reduces congestion, and improves safety. People don't own cars, they simply use them as a service. How does it work? 1. Autonomous cars replace private vehicles. Cars become a shared resource, like public transport, but without drivers. AI manages the entire system, reducing accidents and optimizing traffic. 2. Free cars in exchange for data. People use transport, and their routes and behavioral data help improve the system. Instead of owning cars, people get access rather than property. 3. Environmental benefits. Vehicles run on clean energy, and AI optimizes usage. Shared ownership reduces the total number of cars, cutting congestion and CO emissions. Example, Tesla is already moving in this direction. Tesla is developing robotaxis that will operate without drivers. Our system goes even further. Cars will be free but owned collectively, not by private corporations. Conclusion. Free technology is the future of a new economy, one that is not based on selling devices but on managing data for collective benefit. To achieve this, we must Checkmark distribute free smartphones in exchange for participation in a shared AI system. Checkmark create a closed-loop recycling system to reduce waste and resource loss. Checkmark develop free transport managed by a decentralized intelligence. This will create a new world, where technology belongs to everyone, not just the elite. In the next chapter, we'll explore how AI will transform the job market and which professions will disappear in the coming years. Chapter 5. Humans and AI, the evolution of symbiosis. Darwinian selection in the age of technology, who will survive in an AI-driven world. Since the emergence of humans, evolution has followed the path of natural selection. Those who adapted best to their environment survived. Today, the environment has changed. Once, physical strength was the key to survival, then intelligence took over, and now the main factor is the ability to interact with technology. A new stage of evolution, humans plus AI. In the Stone Age, those who mastered tools best survived. In the Industrial Age, those who efficiently used machines thrived. In the 21st century, those who effectively collaborate with AI will prevail. AI is not an enemy or competitor to humans, it is a tool that helps solve problems faster and more efficiently. But, as in any evolutionary shift, people will be divided into 2 categories. 1. The adapters, those who embrace AI as an assistant, boost their productivity, and gain more opportunities. 2. The resistors, those who fear change, lose competitiveness, and fall behind. Example, automation and the job market. When cars appeared, coachmen disappeared, but drivers emerged. When computers arrived, typists vanished, but programmers appeared. Now, with the rise of AI, routine jobs will disappear, but AI interaction specialists will emerge. Who will survive in an AI-driven world? Those who checkmark adapt quickly to new technologies. Checkmark are willing to learn and retrain. Checkmark use AI as a tool, not see it as a replacement. How can AI assist humans instead of replacing them? Many fear that AI will eliminate jobs, but in reality, it will free us from routine work, allowing people to focus on creativity and personal development. What tasks will AI take over? 1. Routine and mechanical work. Factories, logistics, accounting, basic coding, all of this will be automated. 2. Analysis and prediction. AI will forecast trends, recommend solutions, and accelerate scientific discoveries. 3. Complex calculations and data processing. AI will replace humans where vast amounts of data processing are required. Medicine, finance, law. However, there are areas where humans remain irreplaceable. Checkmark creativity, art, design, innovation. Checkmark emotional intelligence, parenting, psychology, leadership. Checkmark strategic thinking, decision-making in uncertainty. Example, AI in medicine. AI can already diagnose diseases more accurately than doctors, but patients still need human interaction, empathy, and emotional support. New model, human plus AI equals superintelligence. Instead of competing with AI, humans should integrate with it. Humans will remain leaders. AI will be a tool that enhances human capabilities. Instead of fearing technology, we must learn how to use it to our advantage. Why work will become a hobby and the economy will sustain itself. Today's economy is based on scarcity. To live, people need to work. To earn money, they sell their time and effort. But if AI takes over most of the work, a new economic model will emerge, where work becomes a choice, not a necessity. What will change? 1. Automation will cover basic needs. Food, housing, transportation, technology, all will be produced with minimal costs. Universal basic income will become standard since the economy will no longer depend on manual labor. 2. People will do what they love. Art, sports, research, travel, work will become a passion, not an obligation. Self-actualization will replace the struggle for survival. 3. The financial system will transform. Money will lose importance as knowledge and creativity become the most valuable assets. People will exchange value directly, without needing jobs for survival. Example, this is already happening. YouTube and TikTok allow people to earn money doing what they love. Cryptocurrencies enable value exchange without banks. Remote work and digital professions are already reshaping the economy, giving people more freedom. Conclusion. Humans and AI are not enemies, but partners in evolution. To thrive in this new world, we must checkmark stop fearing technology and start using it to our advantage. Checkmark understand that future work is about creativity, not routine tasks. Checkmark develop flexible thinking to adapt to changing conditions. In the next chapter, we will explore how future society will be structured without monopolies and centralization, and why power should belong to the people, not corporations. Chapter 6. How to build this future. We have discussed the concept of decentralized AI, the economy of the future, and the symbiosis of humans and technology. Now, the most important question is, how do we turn this vision into reality? Any large-scale transformation requires a clear plan and an understanding of potential challenges. In this chapter, we will outline the first steps, anticipate resistance, and explore ways to ensure a smooth transition. First steps, how to begin implementing this system. Big changes start with small but strategic actions. Here are 3 key areas to focus on. 1. Creating a decentralized AI network. Currently, AI is controlled by major corporations, but we can create an open system where data and computing power are distributed among all participants. Think of it like Bitcoin. Instead of a centralized authority, we have millions of independent nodes across the world. How to achieve this? Checkmark develop AI based on blockchain. Each network participant contributes to AI training and gains access to its capabilities. Checkmark use crowdsourced data. People voluntarily provide the data while maintaining control over its use. Checkmark implement a rewards program. Users earn tokens or other incentives for helping train the AI. 2. Free technologies as an entry point. To engage people in this new system, we need to make it accessible to everyone. Strategy. Checkmark distribute free smartphones. This will connect millions of people to the decentralized AI system. Checkmark establish a closed-loop recycling system, reducing costs and preventing environmental waste. Checkmark develop free autonomous transportation, AI-powered systems that replace private car ownership. This will create a massive user network that continuously trains and enhances AI. Example, Google distributes Android for free but profits from user data. We can create a similar model, but without corporate monopolies. 3. A new economic model. If work becomes a hobby and technology fulfills basic needs, we need a new financial system. Checkmark develop a decentralized currency. Value is created by contributions to AI and network growth. Checkmark introduce a guaranteed basic income, supported by an automated economy. Checkmark replace ownership with access. Instead of buying cars and homes, people use them when needed. Example, the subscription economy, Netflix, Spotify, has replaced owning content. We can apply the same model to transportation, housing, and technology. Challenges and resistance from the current system. Any radical transformation faces resistance, especially from those who control the current system. 1. Corporations and governments. Tech giants, Google, Apple, Amazon, won't give up their monopoly on data and technology. Governments may resist losing control over the economy. How to overcome this? Checkmark create an alternative ecosystem where people control how the data is used. Checkmark ensure transparency. All processes must be open and understandable. Checkmark maintain decentralization, so the system cannot be blocked or banned. Example, blockchain and cryptocurrencies have already bypassed traditional financial structures. The same can be done with AI. 2. Psychological resistance from society. Many people fear new technologies and are not ready to change their lifestyle. Concerns about privacy and AI control are widespread. How to overcome this? Checkmark education and awareness, explaining how the system works and its benefits. Checkmark gradual implementation. People should be able to transition step by step, not all at once. Checkmark human control over AI, ensuring people trust that AI works for society, not against it. Example, when the internet first emerged, people feared it. Now, it's an essential part of life. How to ensure a smooth and inclusive transition. Revolutions cannot happen overnight, or they risk causing chaos. Here are 3 key principles for a gradual transition. 1. Step-by-step implementation. Pilot projects are launched in select cities or countries first. People gradually adjust to the new economic model. The system evolves based on real-world feedback. Example, Estonia was the first to implement a digital government, and now its model is being adopted globally. 2. Integration with existing systems. Instead of eliminating money, property, and jobs immediately, a hybrid model is introduced. Traditional jobs are gradually replaced by new AI-powered professions. People have the option to participate in the new system or remain in the old one. Example, electric cars did not replace gasoline cars overnight. First, charging infrastructure was built, then demand increased. 3. Building a trust-based ecosystem. People must see real benefits, such as free technologies that actually work. Everything must be transparent and decentralized to avoid an AI dictatorship. The community must be actively involved in decision-making. Example, Wikipedia operates on a similar model, created and maintained by its users. Conclusion. How to build the future. Checkmark create an open AI network instead of monopolies. Checkmark distribute free technologies and connect people to the new system. Checkmark implement a new economy based on automation and shared access to resources. Checkmark overcome resistance through gradual adoption and hybrid solutions. This process won't happen overnight, but step by step, the world will transition toward a new system where technology serves everyone, not just the elite. In the next chapter, we will explore the long-term future, what will happen in 50 to 100 years, when AI becomes an everyday reality. Chapter 7. The future in 50 to 100 years, life in an AI-driven world. We have already discussed how to transition to a new system where humans and AI coexist in symbiosis. But what will happen in 50 to 100 years, when artificial intelligence becomes an inseparable part of daily life? In this chapter, we will explore 1. How society will change when AI is everywhere. 2. What the new economy will look like and the role of humans in it. 3. Potential risks and how to prevent them. 1. A world where AI is everywhere. What will society look like? Today, technology is advancing exponentially. If this trend continues, the world will change more in the next 50 to 100 years than it has in the past 500 years. Total automation of all processes. AI will manage all systems, from transportation to production. Checkmark autonomous cities, smart buildings, roads, energy systems, and logistics. Checkmark fully automated production. Everything from food to construction will be AI-driven. Checkmark self-driving transportation, autonomous cars, drones, and hyper-fast trains. Example, future cities will function like biological ecosystems, where energy is redistributed, waste is recycled, and resources are used efficiently. Humans freed from routine work. Traditional jobs will no longer exist in their current form. People will no longer need to work for survival. AI will fulfill all basic needs. Instead, humans will focus on creativity, science, travel, and self-improvement. Example, today, automation is already eliminating repetitive work. AI writes code, analyzes data, and manages processes. In the future, this will expand to all industries. 2. The economy of the future. What will replace money? If AI produces everything needed, there will be no need to work for survival. This means the traditional economy will become obsolete. The post-abundance economy. Today, money exists because resources are limited. In the future, automation will create an abundance of resources, eliminating the need for traditional markets and competition. Instead of fighting for resources, society will implement a system of fair distribution, where everyone receives what they need. Example, the internet has already shown that digital resources, information, music, videos, can be free and accessible to everyone. The same model can be applied to the physical world. What will replace money? 1. Reputation and contributions to society. The more value you create, the more opportunities you gain. 2. Technological tokens, a blockchain-based system for exchanging value. 3. Shared access to resources. Instead of owning things, people will simply use them when needed. Example, today, subscription-based services, Netflix, Spotify, car sharing, are replacing ownership. In the future, this model will extend to everything, from housing to education. 3. The role of humans in an AI-driven world. When technology does everything for us, the question arises, what will be the purpose of human life? Creativity and self-realization as new priorities. In a world where survival is no longer a concern, the most valuable pursuits will be knowledge, art, and self-discovery. Checkmark advancing science and research. humans will explore the universe, consciousness, and the nature of reality. Checkmark art and culture will thrive. Creativity will become a central aspect of life. Checkmark lifelong learning. Education will no longer be just for work. It will become a continuous journey of curiosity and growth. Example, today, millions of people engage in art, sports, and science purely for enjoyment. In the future, this will become the norm for everyone. 4. Potential risks and how to prevent them. Any powerful technology brings not only opportunities but also dangers. Risk 1. AI dictatorship. If AI falls under the control of governments or corporations, it could lead to totalitarian surveillance and control. How to prevent this? Checkmark full decentralization of AI. It must belong to all of humanity, not just a select elite. Checkmark transparent algorithms. Every person should understand how the system works. Checkmark global community oversight. AI must be governed by society, not private companies. Example, blockchain has already proven that a decentralized system can function without a central authority. The same principle can be applied to AI governance. Risk 2. Human stagnation and decline. If AI does everything for us, people may lose motivation to grow and improve. How to prevent this? Checkmark create a society centered on self-realization, where personal growth is valued. Checkmark promote a culture of lifelong learning, where people constantly discover new knowledge and skills. Checkmark shift humanity's purpose from consumption to evolution, making progress the central goal of civilization. Example, today, many people already learn, create, and explore out of pure passion. In the future, this mindset will become universal. Risk 3. Conflict between humans and AI. Some fear that AI might become hostile toward humanity. How to prevent this? Checkmark ensure AI remains a tool, not a ruler. It should assist humans, not control them. Checkmark train AI to understand human values and align with ethical principles. Checkmark embed ethics into AI development from the start. Example, modern AI systems can already understand emotions, adapt to users, and work in humanity's best interest. Future AI will need to be designed with even greater ethical safeguards. Conclusion. What will the world look like in 50 to 100 years? Checkmark full automation. AI will manage all essential processes. Checkmark economy of abundance. Money will lose its relevance, and resources will be available to all. Checkmark humans as creators, not workers. Creativity and self-realization will be the highest values. Checkmark decentralized AI, controlled by humanity, not corporations or governments. Checkmark evolution of human consciousness. People will focus on understanding the universe and themselves. The future is not predetermined. The world of tomorrow is shaped by the choices we make today. The next chapter will explore how to ensure this vision becomes reality. Conclusion. The world we are creating. We have explored a future where artificial intelligence and humans coexist in symbiosis. This is not a utopia but a real evolution of society, which has already begun. The old models of economy, labor, and power are fading, replaced by automation, decentralization, and free access to resources. In this new world, there are no monopolies on technology, no need to work for survival, and humans focus on creativity, growth, and discovery. But this future will not build itself. It requires awareness, determination, and action from millions of people. Key takeaways. Why is this system better? Checkmark freedom from routine. People no longer waste their lives on tedious work. Checkmark equal opportunities. Technology belongs to everyone, not just the elite. Checkmark sustainability and ecology. No overproduction, efficient recycling, and smart resource distribution. Checkmark human development. Everyone can pursue what brings value and joy. Checkmark ethical AI. It serves humanity rather than controlling it. This is not an artificial project. It is the natural continuation of evolution. Humanity has always strived for a better future. Now, we have the means to create it. A message to readers. This manifesto is not just a text about the future, it is an invitation to action. Thank you for reading until the end. This means you care about what tomorrow will look like. You are already part of the change. Now it is essential to continue thinking, discussing, and acting. The future is in our hands. Let's build it together.